So guys, welcome back, Motor 73. As you can see, me and Chris are out. We've got DEFCON 5 bivvies. Chris is now gone, this one over here, Chris has now gone and bought himself a DEFCON 5. I think he's going to take a few pictures and stick them up on his Insta. Hold up a minute, let's see what we're doing here. Can I get it a little bit more? Right. There you go, that's levelled it up a bit more. So yeah, we're out. We're on another location where I've never bought Chris before. He seems to be enjoying it. It's a nice little spot. We'll see how it goes tonight. You do get a lot of deer come through here, and you do get the occasional groups of wild boar run through. But we should be okay where we are. We've got, like I say, we're double plough pointed to the tree. I've pulled mine out at the moment, put a line up because we're sweating so much coming over here. It's been a really warm day, 27 degrees, and carrying a pack and everything, you know. So I've got my t-shirt, run a line to pull the back of my tarp out from its plough point, just lift it, gives it a bit more red room in there. And yeah, use it like a washing line. I've got my t-shirt hanging on there, drying out, as you can see. So yeah, we're out. I'll give you a little nosy round. The land is very uneven. We're up on the hill. Sounds like a fox barking then. Yeah, we're out. Chris is actually first going to be trying his DEFCON 5 for the first time this evening. So, yeah, hopefully enjoys having a DEFCON 5 instead of being in one of them silly bivvies. What's that bivvy? Yeah, them Miltech bivvy bags, guys. Throw them away. Throw them away. They ain't no good. Coffins, they are. All right, these ain't much better, but they're hooped. And the material on these is it's more breathable, so you don't build up so much conversation, I was going to say. Yeah, I know, I'm looking really white here and nice brown arms, but that's what happens when you're only riding home from work in a t-shirt, and it, you know. I ain't been getting much time to get some colour. But yeah, what do I want to say? While I'm at it, I'm just going to do this. Just going to have a quick talk, right? Bivvies. People out there buying bivvies, and they're going, oh, they're crap, paying all this money for a good bivvy. Oh, it's crap, it's not waterproof, I get wet. You don't know what a bivvy's for, do you guys? You really don't. You people, right, listen, you people, yeah, you people that keep buying bivvies and going, they're not waterproof. A bivvy's not meant to be 100% waterproof. Right? A bivvy was made to keep the condensation, not the condensation, but yeah, the dew off of the grass from getting on your sleeping bag for when you're underneath a tarp or a basher, so the British Army call it, right? It's to stop the dew getting on your sleeping bag. It's not to be 100% waterproof. If it's 100% waterproof and it's not made of a breathable fabric, then you're going to constantly have condensation. Because the colder the weather gets and your body's nice and warm, if you're using, I don't know, a -20 sleeping bag and you've got your snug pack softy pants on, or, you know what I mean, your Van Gogh underwear, you know, you're just going to sweat like a pig, ain't you? And that moisture's not getting out, is it? So you're going to get masses of condensation. You're always going to get condensation in a bivvy. You're always going to get it, don't matter what. But you shouldn't be getting a paddling pool in there, for the simple fact is, you shouldn't have a bivvy, stick it out in the rain, and be outside in it. I see people and Americans doing it. Yeah, I'm going to test my bivvy, and I go out and I stick it out in the rain, and I let it chuck down 2 or 3 nights. Then I go open it up, and I go, oh, it's wet in here. It's a breathable fabric, people. At the end of the day, no matter how much rain's hitting it, gradually the water is going to come through it. Gore-Tex is not 100% waterproof. Everybody who thinks Gore-Tex is 100% waterproof want to give you head a wobble, right? Because you're a moron. You shouldn't be camping, stay at home, sell your gear, you're a div, right? And you people out there buying them gear tops, them hooped bivvy gear tops, it's not a bivvy. It's not a bivvy. It's made of complete nylon like a tent, right? So that is going to have such a big condensation build up inside it. Of course, it's going to be wet. Absolutely, it's going to be wet. A bivvy's a breathable material. The coating, the bag itself, the fabric, it's just breathable. No Gore-Tex is 100% waterproof. You can have yourself a pair of waterproof trousers, right? Completely waterproof trousers. Go and walk out in them for a few hours. Take them off and tell me how much you're sweated and how wet they are inside, right? That's plastic. I'm from that period when we used to go out with a plastic, nylon tents and all of that, right? I'd rather go with a setup like this and a bivvy bag underneath it. One, I'm highly sheltered from rain and wind through the tarp. Two, the tarp's still open on one side that's facing the tree. It's a 3x3 tarp. My bivvy can fit in there long ways, or it can go where I've pulled the back up a bit. I could slide my feet end down that way. You know, there's so many choices with a tarp and a bivvy. You don't have a bivvy without a tarp unless it's summer, right? You don't do it. You give your head a wobble. You're an idiot for trying it. Read Gore-Tex. Get yourself some Gore-Tex, right? Get yourself a Gore-Tex bag. Stick it in water. Seal the top up and keep the top out. Stick something heavy inside the bag. Hold it underwater for a long time. Gradually, that's going to leak. Gradually, it's going to leak. It's breathable. It states it right there. It's breathable product. So that's all I'm saying, you know. You people keep coming up doing YouTube videos. Oh, my bivvy's wet. I've been out in it, chucked down the rain all night. Like my one did when I first bought my one out over here. And I was just over the other side of the tree that still down over here. I was over the other side of the tree, it was snowing. So I thought I won't stick up my 3x3 tarp over the top of it. It's only snow. Well, early hours that morning, it chucked down with rain. It turned to rain. It weren't meant to. When I woke up in the morning, I was freezing cold because it was -6, -7, and it was raining. So my bivvy was absolutely drenched inside. My sleeping bag was drenched. I was drenched. I didn't hang around. I took the video on. I didn't stay for breakfast. I jogged on. I didn't even stay for a cup of tea. I was gone because I was shaking like a shitting dog, right? A bivvy's not 100% waterproof. Get that in your head, right? And you've mastered a bivvy. Until you get that in your head, you're a fucking idiot. I'm out. Bring you back later. So guys, just walking away from camp. Chris is having a little bit of clear up after we've grubbed up. And yeah, a lot of deadfall come down out here. We had a heavy storm. Funny enough, when me and Chris is just sitting over there having our food. Give us a wave again, sunshine. We had a big branch come down a couple of trees that way from us. But we're in a fairly good spot. There's a lot of deadfall up there though. There's a lot of stuff that could just come down on your bonds, you know. Look at it all. Told you, we had a really bad storm the other day. We had a really bad storm. But anyway, what I wanted to do, if you've been following me for a long time, up at the trench, guys. Been a hell of a long time since I've been up here and camped. Been a hell of a long time. I done my first plough point tarp over there, over that side somewhere, before I started doing YouTube videos. And yeah, I've done a couple of camps here. This obviously weren't there. I've done a few camps here. On here before, I set up my 3x3 tarp in the tent style. And then here is where I've done my first with the first vid, when it went from snow in the DEFCON 5 bivvy. I was right up against this tree here, the fallen tree. I was here, and I didn't cover the bivvy because I was only expecting some snow through the night, and it ended up absolutely chucking down. It dropped down to about -7, -8. When I got up in the morning, I was absolutely soaked all the way through the bivvy, and I was shaking like a shitting dog, like I said. And if you go back, you'll see that video. I didn't even hang around in the morning. It was still dark. I just packed down and got out of here. I was frozen. But Chris is having a nosy round. He's down there and there. And yeah, this is a cushy spot. It's the first time I brought Chris up here. What did I want to show you? Here, guys, look at this beech tree. This fungus, see that on that tree? Look how black it looks. Right? That fungus is doing that. Right? That fungus is eating that. Still got a few leaves left on it. But we were standing here earlier, I was looking at this. And we were standing here, and I could hear a whirring. Asian hornets are up in there somewhere, up in the dead part right up the top. There's Asian hornets in it. We've seen them. He's having a scat around. He's down there now. Having a nosy. Done a few camps here. I've done a few camps up here. I ain't been here for a long time. And this is where the owl come and sat one time. But I didn't get it on video. I was squeaking, sitting here in the, what did I have with me that time here? I'll tell you what I had. I had the, the backwoods bungalow I had set up here. I don't even remember if I filmed that. And that night I could hear a lot moving around, so I had a spot lamp with me, and I put the spot lamp on, and it's caught a few eyes out over this way. Deer. And then as I carried on squeaking, because I see a fox over there, I climbed over this log, and I see a fox's eyes glowing down there. So I turned the spot lamp back off, kept squeaking, and he come right up the side here where the fallen bit is. Over there, he come right up under here. He went round the back of me, round the back there. I kept an eye on him, lamped him up all the way round. Then he went down that way and he started barking. So I left him alone. I sat here completely in the dark for a while. And I started having a squeak just to see if he'd come back. I thought he might come through right in front of me here. Well, what happened instead was an owl flew round and perched itself right there looking right at me. And by the time I got my spot lamp on it and tried to switch my phone onto video it, he jogged on. The spot lamp done him. He jogged on. But we'll see tonight. Hopefully we should get some owls calling in that tonight. I told Chris to expect movement up here. We get the boar come through here. We get the deer come through here. So, yeah. Being interesting to see how much Chris gets sleep tonight. But yeah, this is the trench. This is the trench. I don't know what's happening in my video here. There you go. Goes round there, obviously. Look, I don't know if someone's put a branch over it, but it's probably fell out of trees. But yeah. Volcanic rock there. As you can see. There's volcanic rock all around here. And the trench runs back that way. Chris's bunch just jumping in the way. But that's where we are tonight, just over that side. I've hammock camped a couple of times through, not in the first tree, but through that way. And yeah, this is us for the night, guys. This is where we are. Cracking little spot, Chris. What would you say, Chris? Nice?
Nice spot, yeah.
Nice coming here
I
for...
like the fact here's a trench, yeah.
Yeah, the trenches here, you know, it is. It's a funny old thing. Like I said, I don't know whether this was dug out during the war or... I don't know. But like you say, it goes up that way, over there. And I think it was something to do with it. I don't know, you know. But this looks like a crater here. Doesn't it? Looks like a crater, like a bombs it here. You know? So maybe it was. Maybe it was originally, look. See? Come round that way. Because obviously they've tried to fill it in over the years. But like, round that side of that tree, oh, I doubt that tree was ever even here. But who knows, I don't know how old it is, couldn't tell you. But like, yeah, it runs that way, runs round there and then goes up towards the bivvies. Even the cricket still. It's nice being on the move. The mozzies ain't on you as much, isn't it? Isn't it?
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Right, anyway, guys, we're going to get back to chilling. We'll probably bring you back before we get our nuts down for the night. But yeah, we're here. We're DEFCON 5 in it. We're on a little bivvy session. And maybe we'll go out. We haven't had to see a sunset because sky looks terrible out there. But we're going to go out and have a nosy in a minute. I'm going to crack another beer and we'll have a walk over. Walk through the rough and out onto the field over there looking back towards Langsdorff. So, rain's just kicking in. We're sorted anyway. It ain't heavy yet. You can see, I don't know if you can actually. No, you can't see. We can see anyway. That's enough. That's all we need. Look there. One down lower near Chris's bivvy head. My one's up here at the minute because the radio's down there. But yeah, that's us sorted, guys. Rain's coming. Kit's all under apart from our couple of stalls we're sitting on. And yeah, we've got the tunes on and we're just chilling out, having a few beers, having a laugh, listening to the radio. Stopped a few times, listened to things moving around, but the rain's kicked back in there, so we put the radio on, sit here. It ain't absolutely chucking down, so we ain't even got to get under our bivvies, under our tarps yet. But this is us glowing away. There you go. Morning, guys. As you can see, buzzard calling. We had a woodpecker kicking off down here just now. I was going to say, as you can see, the sun's up. We're just about to have a cup of brew. Been a lovely sleep. I don't know how Chris has got on. He said he's like sleeping in that style hooped bivvy. So, yeah, glad he likes it because he's the one that bought it. But yeah, there's been a couple of, well, I say a couple, sound like a big buck or a big stag down there. I don't think it is red deer. I don't think it's a stag. It was either a fallow deer. Buzzard just flew off. There it goes. And yeah, something big was calling down there earlier on. But anyway, we're up. We're just going to have our cup of brew and we'll bring you back when we have breakfast in a little bit and have a quick chat. I'll let Chris come over and say how he got on with it, because of Tim, born outside, did say, you know, let us know how Chris gets on with it. The old DEFCON 5 bivvy, hooped bivvy, and yeah, we'll bring you back in a bit. We're going to have a cup of tea. We ain't been up long. We're just going to get a cup of tea on the go and then have some brekkie. So yeah, it's the first time I've brought Chris up here. He likes the idea that we do a place a few times and then we move on. There's always a couple of other places Ronnie finds or Ronnie comes across when he's out mooching around with a dog. So it's nice to get him up here. It looks like the remains of an old German trench dug in the top of the hill here. So I think Chris is going to go through after he's had his cuppa, and he's going to do a video just walking right through the trench and round what's left of it. He's going to do a little video, and he'll be putting that up on his Instagram. That's a Careless Craft for anybody of you that are on Instagram that don't follow the Moocher 73 or Careless Craft. Ghosts of the Woods. Ghosts of the Woods. So it's actually 10 to 10 now. Best sleep I've had in a while. I actually just done over 12 and a half hours kip. We didn't stop late last night, did we? All right, 11 and a half hours, because we went to bed about 9:30. So yeah, we've had a damn good kip last night, believe it or not. Usually I have a good kip in the hammock, but being here, this where we are right now, quality spot. It's hard to find level ground here. You could get away with a hammock, but there's lots of trees with a hell of a lot of deadfall in it. I don't see that people come up here. There's no marks on the trees that should be coming down and be sawn. This up here on this hill actually just gets left. There's a squirrel's dray down over there towards an oak tree, and it's just dropped down on the floor with the storm the other day. Now, I've never seen this much debris up here, to tell you the truth, when I've been up here. There is falling debris everywhere. And like, you know, while camping, the first thing you got to do is like, make sure there's nothing up above you. No dead standing, or obviously dead hanging branches that have fallen and just been caught by other branches. Things like that. It's a no-go area. You will, at some point, if you're put underneath a tree like that, and that comes down, you are getting in a bad accident. You will end up with an injury. So always remember, you know, always check where you are, what's about. There's a tree just the other side of my tarp right there. It looks like there's a big lump of bark, probably nearly as long as I am tall, just suspended off a branch there. There's this ain't too bad. There's a couple of dead branches round on the left side of this tree here, but that's away from us. That wouldn't come Chris's direction. There's a couple more dead branches up there, but they'd fall. We've looked at them. They wouldn't fall on Chris's side. They would fall at the back of him, probably about 3 foot out. But if that happens, shit, it just gives you a wake up call in the night. Then it wakes you up for nothing. But yeah, it's a good spot. It is a good spot. I've had the owls calling. We heard the owls last night. Ain't seen the fox because I didn't bring a torch up. I didn't bring a lamp up here like I've done before. But we'll see. We'll carry on. I think we get Chris up here a few more times. Then we'll probably, I don't know about doing up on here in winter. I'm not too sure. Maybe we get a couple in before December, because everything starts, all the leaves start dropping. Then out there on the farm, if you've got a torch on or a net light out here, you're going to be seen. So, finished my tea. Lovely that the sun broke right through here. Absolutely brilliant. And we're going to crack on. We're going to have some breakfast. Then we'll have a little nosy round. Chris is going to do his little video through there to stick on his Instagram of this. Yeah, I don't know. See, it's a high position. Me and Chris both said the same thing. It's a high position. So we're calling trench. We're saying this is definitely an old WW2 World War II trench here. It's definitely Jerry, isn't it, old boy? So yeah, that's there. That's for Stevie. Big shout out, State Detective. If any of you guys ain't following State Detective and you like a bit of World War II British charm, then I suggest you get over to my old mucker State Detective, Steve. He does loads of seasonings and everything like that. He's on YouTube. You can get over there. You'll find he's got a website and everything. And you can... He does jerky. He does like old school style ration packs. Excellent guy. Excellent guy. Excellent service. Sauces, marinades. Yeah, he's even got a sausage sauce there, Stevie. No, he ain't. We're joking. But but yeah. Bring you back. We're gonna grub up. We're gonna have a little walk around up there. There's some other little spots that I want to look at. I was thinking just now, there's so much debris and there's so many straight trees that are falling down over there and on the lane. I was thinking of doing a debris shelter up here. But the thing is, I think as soon as you do one of them, right, any of the hunters that come through when they're shooting game over winter are going to catch on that somebody's coming up here. Maybe we will. I said maybe we could get away with doing one further that way and not up at the area we camp. So maybe that in time, we'll get that done. Oliver, how you doing, fella? Big shout out just before I disappear again at breakfast. Oliver, when you get your stuff sorted, mate, and you get a bit of kit together, keep in touch with us. You can get out. There'll be 3 of us then, brother. Anyway, sun is shining, time for breakfast. Right, guys, this is the trench. Just had breakfast, had a cup of tea, had breakfast, got another cup of tea on. Now, this looks like at one point this went down lower. But it looks like they started to fill it in here. In the end, they just left it. But as you can see, look, loads of debris in here. Loads of debris. Comes round here. Seen quite a lot of frogs yesterday, we did. Yeah, look, there's loads of debris, look. That's where I used to camp, right there. But, yeah. It's all been, volcanic rock there, guys. Plenty of it. Comes round this way. Looks like a crater there where Chris is just walking along. The old volcanic rock. Yeah, I think this was dug out more. I actually do think this was a trench. To there. And then there's a crater there. Looks like they had 2 hits. Because that bit just goes round like so. Probably had a position right here. It's probably why there's a crater right like that here. But yeah, this is where we camped. Bit of a nightmare getting pegs in on here, obviously, you can see. Because you're on a volcanic rock. Looks like the pig had been on here at some point, turning up again. But to that spot. Bivvies are over through there. We were just discussing getting a couple of coyote coloured ones. For when winter comes, we could probably get away with a few camps up here. But yeah, that does look. I would say that behind Chris near that trench, I would say it was a position right up on here. There's a high seat right down there. You'll see it better when all these leaves die back and we're back up here again. Like, look, there's loads of dead standing, well, just leaning that big ass tree there, and that's where the hornets were, up there above there. I was up there somewhere, loads of them were buzzing. But yeah, as you can see, look, plenty of deadfall, guys. Definitely got to watch yourself around in areas like this. This definitely weren't here. I pulled the last dead big branch that was here, I pulled it away because I set up a tent here one time. I've done a tarp tent. But yeah, gonna have another cup of tea and then we're gonna start packing down in a little while. What a place. Quality spot. Right guys, it's 20 past 11. Chris is just finishing taking his tarp down. I've still got to pack my gear away. And yeah, we're done. Thanks for coming along. Mooch 73. Ghost of the Woods. Chris, Careless Craft. And he got a quick message.
Oh no, that's... Tim, there's something I want to tell you. It's well worth having the DEFCON 5. No condensation, even it was like 16-17 degrees at night. Well worth having one of these. Don't buy the snackpack, buy the DEFCON. Yeah, pretty good deal, to be honest.
Right, so there you go, Tim. That one's for you. From Chris himself. We're out of here. He's gonna look at you, just do my hair a bit, you know what I mean?
Yes.
Pretty boy. So anyway, gonna get down there. Like I say, he's just got to drop his tarp off of the tree. I've got to put my bivvy away and clear up the couple of beer cans. He didn't even have a beer last night, Tim. Didn't even have a beer, the boy. So anyway, yeah, we're gonna clear down. We're out of here. We'll give you a leave no trace before we go. And thanks for coming along, guys. Please subscribe, like, and yeah, we'll bring you out on the next mission. We're out. Mooch 73, bing bong, I'm gone. Squeeze you later.
Bye guys.
Right guys, so this is where we were. We've got rubbish there. Got my beer cans to put in, that and that. And Chris got some rubbish, I got some rubbish, and we're out. But yeah, look, leave no trace. Leave no trace. It's been a pucker camp here. Glad I never brought Chris up to this one first off, and he's camped a few other places with me beforehand. But yeah, completely burnt that, isn't it? Look, oh no, it ain't. It's just rotting black. But yeah, that's us. We're all done. And yeah, like I said earlier, like, subscribe, Mooch 73, bing bong, we're gone. Love you and leave you. Mad little wood. Got to watch these old birch trees though. They come down, they're naughty. But yeah, fortunately being here, we was okay. We was here. So anyway, we're out. Like I said earlier, we are out. But obviously you know the score. Leave no trace. We've left no trace. Taking our rubbish near as we pick up, and we're out of here. Arseholes to them, yeah, Chris, keep bending like that, baby, I'm coming.